Hey Clashers, you have problems to win with the non-max hero? Well, no problem, because today we're going to take a look at the highest non-max player in Clash Mini. And if you think we have to scroll down quite a bit, no, not really, because we actually only have to scroll down to rank number 14. That's it. Rosa stole my seat. Actually, is only using a level 8 Shield Maiden, and that is his deck. The profile as well, I will put that in as well to make sure that you can see that. It's kind of crazy. A lot of Rumble games, but still it is pretty insane because he's facing really a lot of the top 10 and top 20 players. So let's take a look at how exactly he's doing that with this non-max hero. We are going to take a look at 2 duels and then at 1 Rumble and see how he's playing those matchups. First off, a maxed out king. So level 8 Shield Maiden versus a maxed out king. We all know how powerful the king is, so let's see what exactly he's doing. Placing P.E.K.K.A and Barbarian. Interesting enough, he's putting the P.E.K.K.A in the bag. This means if the other Barbarian King is not placing like a 2-star archer, it protects his Barbarian, which then can deal way more damage. And you can see already, this level 10 Barbarian King had no chance in this first round. Especially as well, the P.E.K.K.A in the back is a really good counter in the first round versus a miner. So overall, you have just a huge advantage. The next shop is really good for him. He is getting he's getting the Wizard and the Barbarian, which is both like a really good combination for him. And that's an interesting setup. Most Barbarian Kings are using the Prince. He's not protecting his Wizard at all. Let's see how that's going to work. Okay, he's actually getting hit by the... That's actually genius. I didn't... Okay, he's letting his Wizard take the Prince charge. And the Barbarian is going to take over the Prince. And with that, easily going to win this round as well. Remember, this is a level 10 Shield Maiden versus a level 10 Barbarian King. And as well, level 10 Barbarian King, one of the strongest heroes right now. And even Shield Maiden level 10 is not as strong, so that's kind of crazy. So let's see how the setup looks like with an Archer in the mix as well. He's running Archer, Electro Wizard, and he's using the corner strategy with the Maze. So for example, yes, you can put the P.E.K.K.A in the back if you want to, but he's putting the Barbarian with a small Maze in the back because the Barbarian now has to run to the bottom, then to the right, and then can leave that. So yeah, he is really protecting his backline right there. That was nice. The Prince is getting the miner anyway, so that's already good. And with this is a really quick 3-0. Wow. I would have never ever thought that this can look so easy if you can actually play the game. And this is something where a lot of people are really talking about. Clash Mini is not skill based, it's only random. No. And if you're wondering why top players always are like selling their shop and rebuying minis and everything, I will do a guide on that really soon as well, which is showing how many more mechanics are in this game, which are really important to learn, and how little randomness actually is there in Clash Mini if you can master this game, which is not really a word, like, which is not really, I don't know. Not a lot of people know about that. Either way, next matchup, and this is a really hard one. He's playing a level 10 Royal Champion. So, not an easy matchup at all. Shield Maiden already, we saw that in the Entertain Cup, is not having the best matchup into like a Royal Champion. So Shield Maiden is kind of on the back foot. And he's actually going to lose this first round as well. So, let's see how he's going to play this. Because to be honest, if I would play Shield Maiden in this matchup, I would just surrender most likely. So let's see. He's going in with P.E.K.K.A and the Barbarian again. Right now having P.E.K.K.A second row. Not sure why he's having the P.E.K.K.A this time in front compared to the Barbarian. But we're going to see. Next thing, which is really important, he's not placing the Wizard just yet. Because the Wizard is a 4 HP mini, which means it's an easy reset for the Royal Champion. So if you know, and if you understand those reset system from the Royal Champion, you can really nicely counter that. So he's not placing those weaker HP minis just yet, trying to get them to a higher level. So he's not getting the resets. But anyways, the Royal Champion just too strong in the first 2 rounds. But from this point, he should have a chance. Because now he's getting his minis on a higher level, which is giving them more HP. And this means they're not one-shot anymore. So he is going to go with the Wizard, and he's going... I think he went with the... It's really unfortunate that you cannot see that, but I think he went with the bigger range on this one, on the Wizard. But we're going to see that in just a second. Anti-heal is not really useful at all. The bonus damage, not really sure, but we're going to see that. Let's take a look. What did he do? Is he going with a bigger range as expected? Yes, bigger range as we expected. This is kind of catching the Royal Champion player a bit off guard. And take a look, there's about 3 damage on that Royal Champion. It's like this chip damage, a little bit damage every single shot. Not too much, but combined with the Shield Maiden block, it's actually the first victory. You can see already how the chances have turned so quickly, because now it is actually kind of crazy, because all of those minis are getting more and more tanky. So for the Royal Champion, if the match is going further into the late game, into the later rounds, Royal Champion is getting a harder and harder life, getting those resets in with so much HP on all of those minis. So next setup, having Archer and Wizard upgraded, so the resets are not possible. But there's now that's now a Magic Archer in the back, but he did not really protect versus the Prince. So that's a good one for Rosa. Let's see. We have the Wizard, and as we said, the Royal Champion not getting those resets onto the 2-star Wizard, and this is going to win him another round. The last final round, the all-deciding last round setup. Let's see. He's upgrading the Archer, obviously. Going to max out the Barbarian. Okay. And he's... yeah, okay, that's kind of useless because it's the last round anyways. But still, I'm going to explain this cycle deck idea. Kind of like, why are you selling your minis? What is the thought process behind? And he's intentionally not using the healing pad. Not sure. The Prince is actually hitting his Shield Maiden. That is not good at all. The Prince on his own side, though, getting some nice damage in. Take a look at that Wizard. That Wizard. This high level, like, upgraded Wizard can deal so much damage. It's actually insane. But now, let's jump into some Rumble. Because Rumble right now is probably the best mode, the easiest mode to push if you have a non-max hero. Because you only need to get into the playoffs. Let's take a look at how he's doing that with his level 8 Shield Maiden. Obviously, in the beginning, facing not that great upgraded heroes, like those level 3 Royal Champion. But I can spoil already, he's going to play versus 2 top 20 players later in the semifinals and the finals. And that's going to be insane, okay? So the first rounds are typically in Rumble kinda chill, kinda easy. It's a huge variety of different level on why the first couple of rounds are going. I want to highlight a bit more about the matchmaking, because a lot of people are having questions how this matchmaking works. So, as far as I know, as soon as you're above this 1200 trophy range, which is the legendary state, you can get matched with anyone. So for example, you could get matched with me, with King, with anyone of the top 10. You could get matched as soon as you're getting above the 1200 trophy range. So that's kind of how it works, which is obviously not optimal for later stages of this game in general. But during the beta, it makes more sense because it gives people less waiting time, less queue time, and it just makes sure that people can play more, even if sometimes those mismatches are happening. Not always though, but obviously from time to time they're happening. Still, if you're a consistent player, if you're understanding the shop mechanic, which is so clutch, which Rosa is doing so well, then you can really easily just like, yeah, get those wins in, even versus higher level players. By the way, if you want to follow Rosa on Twitter, for example, make sure to follow the link down below in the description. But now, we're getting slowly but surely into the interesting part. This is the last round of the group stage. So far, 2-0. Nice state. He's now probably just putting randomly everything somewhere, because you do not want to spoil already too much of your setup when you're already 2-0 up. You're already group first, even if you lose this matchup. So the most important thing is not giving away too much to your opponent in the first semifinal. Maybe even holding back on a couple of minis to surprise him. And he's winning that anyway. So now is going to be the interesting part about this Rumble, because he is going to get into the playoffs. And let's take a look at who he is actually facing, because he is going to face Michael first and Zemo, 2 players who are really high up their legends. I'm just checking. Michael ranked 12 right now in the leaderboard, so 2 places higher than him. And Zemo as well, really good tournament player and playing in a lot of events, so he is really good as well. Both of those heroes obviously have level 10, and both of those players have obviously level 10 heroes. So let's take a look. He is using the clone field with his prince. It's second row, so totally understandable. And we have on the other side using the clone field as well. The barbarian is caged in, which is sometimes not the worst thing because he's coming late to the party. Not too many minis are targeting him. And with this, you can see he's cleaning things up. The barbarian taking over the anti-heal of the wizard with the archer is going to win him this round. Level 8 shield maiden versus level 10 barbarian king. That's kind of crazy. And now we have the matchup. Rank 12 versus rank 14 in the world, while rank 14 have a non-maxed hero, and not even the better hero. Like in the ranking level, like in the ranking of the heroes, the king is obviously way higher than the shield maiden. Let's see how that's going to work. This time though, it seems, is he going to not use the, okay, he's using the clone. He's putting the shield maiden on the left side, so he's cloning to the right, which you can really nice to use. And he is having a huge gap on the far left side. Kind of surprised about that. He's trying to not let his barbarian get caged in. And now the dark go... No. Wait a second. That's the new deck of Entity, I think. To be honest, I do not like that deck. It's getting way too easily countered by Wizard. It's kind... I mean, this is a level 8 shield maiden as well, so... I don't know. But either way, this is going to be the win for Rosa in this Rumble. So, thank you so much for sharing those replays. I hope everyone out there enjoyed that. And again, if you have now... If you say you cannot push because you have not those high level heroes, as soon as you have a level 5 hero, if you're good in the game, you should be able to get at least close to the top 200 skill wise, I think. At least when you're saying you're a good player. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys back in 2 days. Back in 2 days for the next video. Until then, see ya and bye bye.